Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. This week, political leaders from around the world have gathered in Jerusalem for programs and memorials connected to the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. As that was happening, my late father's first cousin, who actually was born in the same town in which Auschwitz existed, and escaped with her sister and her parents, first to Siberia, and then on to, after the war, to France, both of them making their way eventually to Haifa, passed away. My cousin, my late father's first cousin, who was around 80 years old, didn't have an easy life, especially since her father went back to Poland in order to be able to collect some money and never made it out of Poland. And so my cousin was left with her sister and her mother to survive the war and then to make a new life in Haifa. When I think about the fact that my late father and my cousin Margalit, who just passed away, survived, it also means that they saw an incredible part of Jewish history. They had the opportunity to see the birth of Israel, to celebrate this incredible achievement, but they also lived through the worst of Jewish history. This coming Shabbat, we read Parshat Vera. This is the second Torah portion in the book of Exodus. It is the beginning of the revolt against Pharaoh, against the slavery, against the harsh treatment. It includes the first 7 of the 10 plagues. Moses needs encouragement from God to go forth as the leader of the Jewish people and to be willing to stand up to Pharaoh. And God says to Moses, I will make you like an Elohim, like a God, and I will make Aaron, your brother, like a Navi, like a prophet. The traditional rabbis in the medieval period do not understand this to be taken literally, but really more metaphorically. That is, to Pharaoh, who is the strongest person in the world at the time, he will come to perceive Moses as an equal and Aaron as his spokesperson. As we reflect back on that aspect of our history, we remember that indeed, while things may have looked absolutely bleak, essentially what God was saying to Moses and Aaron is that there is hope, that there is an opportunity for achieving something great, far beyond what you could ever imagine at this particular moment. It must have been that as my father was surviving in his 5 years in camps and in the Krakow ghetto, and as Margalit, who passed away last night, was surviving in Siberia, that the future looked absolutely bleak. In fact, I would only imagine that they could only perceive of no future. And yet, not only for them, but for the entire Jewish people, there was, there is, and there will always be a future. Shabbat Shalom.